Good morning, friends. I hope everyone is doing well. I request everyone to watch my videos in a sequence for better understanding. In this video, I want to discuss how the memory can be organized. Whether it is in a 2 level or 3 level, how it can be organized, we will discuss. Now, it can be organized in two ways. Let me discuss the two ways in a detail. We have a processor and we have two levels of memory. It is a level 1 and level 2. Now H1 denotes that level 1 hit ratio. Okay, and T1 is the time for accessing any information in level 1 memory, and S1 is the size of the level 1 memory, and T2 is the time for accessing in the level 2, and S2 is the size of this one. And please note down or assume that T1 is less than T2 and S1 is less than S2. And what are the information you are searching? Assume that all the information is available in level 2. Okay, so that's why I did not mention the hit ratio of level 2. Hit ratio of level 2 is always 1 because whatever you are searching will be available in level 2. Now this is one way we can organize, or this is the another way we can organize. Now what is this way is that you have a processor, it can access the information in level 1 and level 2 simultaneously. Whereas here, a processor first search the information in level 1, and if it is available, it will fetch it. If it is not available, then only it will go to the level 2. Okay, so I hope you have understood the difference. Here it can access both at a simultaneously, whereas first it will search in the level 1. If it is available, there is no problem, it will not search in the level 2. If it is not available in level 1, then only it will search in the level 2. So the total time here it is, let's take that here it is again H1, the same thing. If H1, T1 and S1, T2 and S2 if it is. The same assumptions I am assuming. Here the total time will be, first it will be T1, and if it accessing here, it will be T1 plus T2. Whereas here, it will be parallelly it can access. So if it is available, it is T1 time it will take. If it is not available here, if it is available here, it will take T2. Not it will take T1 plus T2. Whereas here, first it need to search here. If it is not available, the time for searching is T1 you are taking. If it is not available, then obviously you will search it in the level 2. It will be available, but for the searching you will take T2. So total average access time will be T1 plus T2. So let me discuss the average access time in both the cases. So T average or time for average access is equal to, if it is available, then we will mention that hit ratio. The hit ratio into T1. Okay, plus if it is not available, then 1 minus H1, because when you will search here, if it is not available, then otherwise you will search here only, you will get it here, because the T1 will be very less as compared to the T2. So when it is parallelly searching, even the time for accessing will be less in level 1, so it will obviously directly get from level 1, then it will stop searching in the level 2. If it is not available only, then you will get this time H1 into T2. So H1 is the hit ratio of level 1, and then 1 minus H1 is the miss ratio of level 1, because H1 is the hit ratio, 1 minus H1 is the miss, because the total number of hits and misses will become equal to 1. Okay, so this is the average access time H1 into T1 plus 1 minus H1 into T2 in this kind of organization. If you come to this kind of organization, the average access time will be equal to, if it is available, you will search H1 into T1. If it is not available, you need to search here 1 minus H1 times you will search. The total time it will be T1 plus T2, because you are searching in T1 and also in the T2. Whereas here simultaneously you are searching. So that is the difference between the T average access time in this level of organization and T average in this kind of organization. Now, if they mention whether it is this kind of organization or this kind of organization, you will do the solutions based on that one. If they does not mention what kind of organization, by default you will consider this kind of organization. I hope you have understood. So now let me increase the complexity. Let me go for 3 level. Okay, we have 3 levels are there. So 3 level of organization is there. So you have L1, L2 and also L3 is also there. Okay, you have level 3 is also there. So it can access. Now hit ratio of this one is H1, T1, T2 and here the hit ratio will become now H2 because whatever the information available will be available here. If it is not there, it will be available here, and at last in level 3 everything will be there. So I will consider the hit ratio of level 3 is equal to 1. Okay, and the same assumptions will assume now that access time of T1 is less than T2 is less than T3. The same will for the size S1, S2 and S3. So similarly here if I consider 3 level, then you will have another level, level 3. Okay, so the same here also you will have H2. Okay, and here also you have T3 and S3. Let me make it separate so that you will understand. Okay, now if it is so, what is the T average? The T average is equal to H1 into T1 plus, if it is not available, if it is a miss, then only you will come here 1 minus H1 into what is the hit ratio of here, means what is the guarantee that the information will be available. It will be given by the hit ratio. Hit ratio of this level 2 is H2 and time taken for is T2 plus 1 minus H1 into 1 minus H2 into T3. Meaning is that if it is not available in level 1, not available in level 2, then only you will come to the level 3. So let's take the T average is, if it is available in the hit ratio, then you will get it. That's why I'm mentioning it as an average, not total. Okay. If it is not available here, then you will get a miss rate which is 1 minus H1 and what is the hit ratio of level 2 into T2 plus, if it is not available in level 1, how you will get 1 minus H1 is the chance into, if it is not available here, that percentage will be 1 minus H2 into time taken for it is T3. Whereas in this case, I hope you have understood. I hope, what about this case, the T average is equal to, let me write here, T average is equal to H1 into T1 plus 1 minus H1 into H2 plus T1 plus T2. If it is not available here and if it is available here, you will have the access time is T1 plus T2. If it is not available in both the cases, then let me erase the processor. I hope you understood that there is a processor will be there. Okay, or let me write you have a processor P. 1 minus H1 into 1 minus H2 plus T1 plus T2 plus T3. Because if it is not available in level 1 and level 2, you will have the 1 minus hit ratio of level 1, 1 minus hit ratio of level 2. Or I can say that miss ratio of level 1, miss ratio of level 2 into total time, because you are searching here T1 and you found that it is not available, and you again you searched in level 2, you found that it is not available, then you are searching here. For searching that information, it will take time T3. So that's why it is T1 plus T2 plus T3. So that is the difference between the organization. So if you are organizing the levels in this way, the T average will be like this. If you are organizing this way, the T average will be computed using this notation. So I hope you have understood the 2 level and 3 level organization in multiple, means 2 ways, and how you calculate the T average. If you still have any doubts related to this concept, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will clear your doubts in less than 24 hours. Thank you so much for watching my video. Have a nice day.